What's up, guys? We're back at it for part 2 of cleaning a dirty Tesla interior. We have a lot more to clean. We have to clean the whole center console area, including the armrest. We have to do seats. If you just look at the seats, it's super glossy, which means there's just a lot of oil. And then we are going to do the glass. So we're going to do the screen and then the glass right here. And then lastly, we're going to do a door seal for this part 2. And then we'll do another video about the floor mats and how to get, some of those crumbs out. How do I get it fully clean in those areas that are, I guess, like collecting dust and so on. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna get started on the center console area. You can see it's ridiculously dirty. I mean, there's just dirt that is just caked in right here. One thing to point is that having something like this is really useful because it'll protect. I mean, you could just take this out, wash it, and then put it back in. So this is the cup holder that we actually carry, but I'm gonna take this out, put it in the back for now. And what I'm going to do first is, just because it's so dirty, I have, I guess, a grade B microfiber, and I'm just going to wipe it down at the least, just to get initial dirt out. So this one is actually wrapped in vinyl, so that's nice. And then I want to go ahead and remove this, and then same thing here. There you go. There's just a lot of junk just in this edges right here, so we're really going to focus on that as well. But before we do, I also want to make sure I wipe down the sides over here. Don't forget the sides here. Cool. And now that we have that, what we're going to do, we're gonna spray. I'm also gonna spray inside. And you're just gonna use the brush to really agitate it. And focusing on the edges is what you want. And this is gonna bring out all the dust, or I guess the dirt out. Whatever has been just kind of sitting there. The top isn't too bad. The most traffic is right around this area. But you're gonna go ahead and do that. Cool. I got a clean microfiber here. I'm just gonna wipe clean. Cool. And that looks phenomenally better. We're ready. What you wanna do is, again, grab that little bit dirty microfiber. And we're gonna use the pink squeegee. If you haven't seen, we love the pink squeegee, and we're gonna go the edges right here. And you can see that you can actually, that's how much dirt there is. You can see that this actually comes off. So this is actually a separate piece. This is a separate piece. So, I mean, don't crazy force, but I mean, you can add a little bit of force to kind of get in there. I'm gonna do the same right here. And you can see all that dirt. Again, from the other side, I wanna add some more product. Look at that. I mean, just so much dirt on this side as well. Cool. And then I'm gonna make sure I wipe it down. The interior cleaner is really important to dry it off, because if you don't dry it off, what'll happen is it'll leave that residue and it doesn't look great. One thing I'll do with this is, inside here, if it is dirty, I can use a brush, and this is gonna ensure that everything is clean. And I hope you can see this, but it is look at that. The brush is ridiculously filthy. I'm gonna take my really, really dirty rag. I'm just gonna go in and grab it all. One at a time. Just grab. And then don't forget, I'm not gonna go too deep. There's a lot of personal stuff in there still. And also some, Sentry mode installs. I'm not gonna touch that, but I'm just gonna grab some microfiber and then just kind of clean the inside here as well, just to kind of add that layer of detail. Cool. So lastly, you can open that up, and he has the owner has a wireless charger. What I like to do is I just slide this out and I remove this. Actually, it's not the wireless charger. And you can actually do it with a brush too. This is not a wireless charger at all. You can just do that. Probably should add a little bit more product. I'll grab my clean one. There you go. And before I put it in, I'm gonna grab, again, my pink squeegee. So I keep going back and forth to dirty because I don't wanna continue dirtying it up. If I'm gonna get heavy, I kinda use that. And then if it gets way too dirty, I'll switch it out. So I kinda take it out, get the edges, make sure that's set up. Cool. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this back. And then we got this thing. And I'm just gonna make sure I wipe it down. There's some dirt right here. A little bit of elbow grease. There you go. Gotta love that piano black, right? Super shiny. So this area is done. There's a little bit more dirt, so I'm gonna go ahead and just spray this. Also, whenever you're doing the cup holder area, you just wanna make sure you do the walls as well. The walls do get quite dirty. So we're just gonna really agitate that. A lot more dirt is coming out. Again, grab the dirty one. Don't forget that one. Yeah, much better. Now that's good. Super clean. There's some dirt right here. You could even grab this. This is gonna dry and you can have it. And then you could use the microfiber again. And there we go. And continue using dirty one. So overall, you're just kind of wiping it down. You can kind of see I spray onto the actual microfiber and then I just wipe down. I'm definitely a little bit generous with the product, but really not that bad. And then go ahead and push this down. And if you look at this, there's a lot of oil here. So we're gonna let this sit a little bit. We are gonna spray onto this one at least. All right, so before I get into this, our board brush kit actually comes in two sets like this, the short and the long. Long can be really useful. I typically use a shorter one, but this got so dirty. So instead of washing it, and to wash it, some of you guys were asking, how do you keep it clean? You just run water, run your fingers through, make sure there's no debris or dirt around it, and then just dry it, right? So air dry it, and then you should be good. But we have this one, this brand new one. I'm gonna spray some on the brush as well. We're gonna go ahead and just agitate. Word of the day. And you can go through all the areas in the seams and all that. I'm gonna go back and forth. There's just a lot of oil there. Just wanna ensure that we get it all. So I got this microfiber ready to go, and you're just gonna wipe clean. Remember, put it in fourth. Oh man. So just to show you, that's just from the armrest. And it makes sense, right? Because your armrest is over here, but look at the difference here, right? You don't see a shine anymore. It's a very matte look. And that's actually means that it's clean, right? So it takes out all, and that's what an all-purpose interior cleaner does, like ours, is that it pretty much degreases and then removes the oil from it, right? So that's what we just did. So we're gonna get right into the seats. Typically, I'm gonna go over, right where the door seal is, and then work on the seat, and then work on the back of the seat, or I guess front of the top, right? But since for the video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to work over here, and I'm gonna put this. And when you are doing this, it's really important because what will happen is you're gonna put your arm right here. You're gonna put back all the oil, right? So we're gonna go ahead and again use our interior cleaner. And by the way, if there's a lot of debris and dirt and like all that stuff like in the cracks, vacuum it out before you do this part. It'll save you a little bit more microfibers, and those are the ones that you definitely want to be careful. I'm going to just start with the bottom, and you're going to use your brush again, really focusing on the edges over here. So all those indents right here, you're just going to go through it. And this back part had a lot of dirt, so I'm really going to focus on that. And there you go. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and let's go. Degrease this area, agitate. I won't be able to get back there, but hopefully you guys can see. I'm getting most of it, so that's good. And go all the way here. You can see that once you add a brush or any of that sort and you agitate it, it may not seem so, but our interior cleaner foams up really, really easily. So that's really nice to see. We're gonna put this down, and then we're gonna go ahead and wipe it clean, and you're just gonna go just like that. And just to show you, that's 2 swipes. And that's how dirty it is. Yep. I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna get that edge and go outwards. Use another side of the microfiber and dry it out. Same thing with the seats. You want to make sure that you don't leave any product. It will have dots, but this is less, I guess, sat on. So it's not as greasy, but that's pretty much how I would clean it. We actually got most of all the dirt that was trapped in here. And if you have more that you really need to get, again, same. Use a pink squeegee and you could run your microfiber and then grab it. You could put a little bit more product here, but just by doing that, I really didn't add any product, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And let's just go through the edges. Be a little bit more gentle in this area. We're just gonna wipe it down one more time. Again, you don't wanna leave any product. And there you go, you got a clean seat. So if it's extremely dirty, you could do this several times. And if it's even super, super dirty, this one's pretty bad, but if you have to, what I can do is I can use a drill and a brush and then rotate it and have it, make the machine do the work. And you can actually polish it and then get a lot more out, right? But these are relatively pretty easy to clean and get rid of oil. And you pretty much do the same what you did here on the top part of the seat. So to do the screen, the rear view mirror, and then the front glass, that's what we're going to focus on because those are the ones that are kind of hard to access, I guess. What you want to do is first you want to put it on display mode. So you go to the car, display, screen clean mode, turns into this black setting so you can see a lot better. And what you want to do is get some glass cleaner, spray about 2 or 3, not a lot of material, and then just do this. And if you have some streaking going, which you shouldn't have, you want to buff it out using the other side. And that's pretty much it. You could use the same microfiber for the rear view mirror, just like that. And then, boom, that is clean. All right, so it's really, really simple. Again, you don't need plenty of material. What's really hard though is to access this front windshield, right? So a lot of people, what they do is they kind of go like this. The best way is if you're going this area, sit right here, and then what you can do is kind of go diagonal, right? So here you go on the passenger side, and here you're gonna go driver. Since we are doing this on camera, I'm not gonna sit here. We're just gonna do this side, and I'm gonna try to awkwardly try to get inside it as well, right? Go ahead and spray some, and then what you're gonna do is we can get started in what we can access. We're just gonna awkwardly. There we go. And you can see it still had a lot of dirt. The other advice that I would give is before you do this, I would highly recommend cleaning the outside, because it almost looks like, it'll almost seem like it's dirty, but it might be clean. It's just from the outside. So once you do that, I like to keep another microfiber, and you're just gonna buff it, right? So if there's any remaining residue, you just wanna make sure you grab it. There we go. Just making sure I overlap. Good. And again, for this side, I would go from the passenger and then go this way, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to attempt in a very awkward position to get this area. Put a good amount of them. I can see how dirty it is. This is the area that's the dirtiest, by the way. You can see that's actually dirt from the inside. I don't know if you see that. I need more material product, and I'm just gonna go ahead, douse it a little bit. It's coming out. There you go. That's from the outside. And then look how dirty that is. That's just from the one section. I'm gonna grab my other microfiber and make sure that all product is gone. I'm gonna grab everything. Before we move on, one of the things that I saw in this interior is that it was a little dirty in the trims as well, right here in the pillar. There's some marks you can see right here, so I want to show you how to get rid of that. And this is actually plastic, but it's covered with some sort of a fabric, so it's not that hard to clean. For these, you don't want to douse it with product, right? And you just want to spray a little bit in a little corner like that, and just try to see, just by doing that, and spread it out. And then grab the dry side and go over it and kind of blend it in. And right now it's not dried, but you can see that it got rid of it, right? Another technique that you can do is if it's really not working at all, what you could do is spray a little bit. I would use a short one, but it's dirty. Spray a little bit on here, and you want to just kind of agitate it and really just agitate that area. And then again, grab a dry part of that and kind of spread it out. The main thing is you want to be very minimal with the amount of product that you put. Again, you don't want to go here and just start spraying stuff, right? So you're just going to go a little bit. I can see some stains, over here, a couple areas. Maybe I can show you this one right here. Someone had really, really dirty hands and they just put their mark right here. And then you can see the fingerprints right here. There's 5 right there. We're just gonna spray a little bit, maybe a little bit more for this. And then we're just going to kind of go over it. Wow, that's how much dirt that came out of it. So we were able to extract that dirt, and you can see that those fingerprints are completely gone. So this door sill has been neglected for 17 years. No, actually more like a year. But it's been a long time since it's been washed. You can kind of see that this whole door sill is super dirty. Honestly, for this, what I would do is I would pressure wash it first. But since it's today's video, we're gonna try to get it out with waterless. We're gonna go ahead and spray in the area inside as well. And because there's a lot, I'm gonna just let it sit a little bit. And then same thing here. I'm gonna use the Super Stream because look at that. Oh gosh. Again, I recommend just washing before you do this. But you can see how powerful this is actually. That's a lot of material. So we're gonna go ahead and do the backside. I'm using from earlier the video where I used kind of like a dirtier microfiber. So I'm using that, and you can see it picked up all of the dirt right there in one go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and find a cleaner side, and then I wanna just start wiping this area. And the way waterless wash works is do not go over it again, especially in those areas. Oh, that's so dirty. I'm gonna go ahead and dislodge the rest that's stuck underneath. And for this area, what you could do is you could use a brush as well to kind of dislodge the bottom area. And then go ahead and grab that dirty microfiber. There we go. Your pink squeegee is going to be your best friend as well. I'm going to change it back to not a stream, but more of a, I guess, goes around just like that. I'm going to do it for this as well. And in case you're wondering, the way this is stuck is just adhesive. So don't be too hard and don't pry it up, because what will happen is just come up. If it does, all you have to do is get double-sided tape and then put it back down. And then one thing that I would recommend is we actually have PPF kits for this, and then also right here. So if you actually put a film, it has a hydrophobic coating as well. So it'll make it a little bit easier to clean this area, including this. And then you can see it'll prevent from getting all the scratches and scuffs and all that. So now that we have the initial, I guess, dirtiness out and I got all of that, I'm actually gonna use a waterless wash microfiber. And we're just gonna go through it one more time, just like that. This is really good because it actually encapsulates the dirt so that it has a lower chance or very low chance of actually scratching this area. And then just make sure you're using a clean microfiber so you don't drag dirt across while you're wiping it. That's really how you scratch your car most of the time. We have a little bit more to do, so we're gonna expand on a little bit of the floor mats and kind of the bottom area of how to clean these areas in part 3. If you have any questions, just comment below, and please help us out by subscribing. We're trying to help the Tesla community just learn and try to educate them in customizing, protecting, and maintaining their Tesla. So happy cleaning. We'll see you later.